You
He's
see it?
here. He's
He's
there.
there.
He's
He's
everywhere.
everywhere.
Christian
Christian Norgard.
Norgard. It's
Yep.
hard to sync up on those when we're doing it together.
Yeah.
That's all right, though. You guys get the
Anyways.
point. Christian Norgard, what a performance by him today. Arsenal versus Wigan Athletic, post-match reactions. Dan and Ben here. Once again, brothers at Arsenal. Daniel, like we kind of talked about in our pregame, pretty straightforward game, like we expected. I think I said 3-1. You said 5-0. It's kind of in between ours right there, 4-0 win, right? In a way.
Yeah, but I had a clean sheet and I
You
said
had the clean sheet, yeah, but I knew he wouldn't score five. But anyways,
I was
yeah,
close. I was
4-0 win
close.
against Wigan Athletic. First half destruction. I mean, we were phenomenal the first half, the way we just moved the ball. Eze looked really, really good. 2 assists. Martinelli, great finish. Jesus, great finish. And then obviously the own goal that we scored. Uh, yeah, I mean,
Own
before
goal
you,
FC.
yeah,
Own goal
yeah, it's
FC.
up there.
FC again.
Own goal versus
Dude, we've had
Yonkers. Who's
so
going to win
many
the
own
Golden Boot for
goals. It's
Arsenal?
crazy.
It
It's
is.
crazy.
Before we get into everything, let's just disclaimer, right? As we said in a pre-match, it is Wigan Athletic. They are in League One, right? League One. Um, Fighting relegation.
22nd in the league.
Yeah, 22nd out of 24, I think it was. So
24.
that being said, you can only play the opponent that's in front of you. We see these types of games in the FA Cup, especially in the early stages. But you also do see giant killers. There's always the stories about giant killers. So we still had to do a job against Wigan because you never know they can come out and perform. But anyways, Daniel, give me your thoughts. Give me your player of the match. Whatever you want to say. Just let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Thoughts. I was confused at first when the turned on the match and I see the team sheet on
Yeah.
ESPN is Bukayo Saka captain at left back, and I
Yeah.
got so excited. I was like, "Holy crap! Saka, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Martinelli triangle. This
Yeah.
could be the stuff of dreams to push us forward."
Run it back to the early
Uh,
beginnings of Saga, left back.
but I was really gutted that Calafiori got injured. I was like, "Oh, Saka's playing. Like that'll be interesting to see." I was
What the
gut
heck's going on with our pre-match? Like what are we doing pre-match? We got That's the second or third pre-match injury we've had.
happened to Saka, happened to Calafiori.
Didn't it happen to
Maybe
happened
it
to somebody
happened to
else
someone
earlier in the
else.
season. Can't
Saka.
remember. But yeah, Saka, California. There's one other
Maybe Odegaard,
person.
but he had a
Zubamendi
bunch of
didn't Zubamendi get
shoulder.
dropped once?
I don't know.
Might have been Odegaard,
Anyways,
yeah. But yeah, anyways,
yeah, I was gutted because I was really hoping to see MLS in the midfield, and
yeah. Well, we
I
did
mean
say,
he did have some of those turns where he receives the ball and turns his back on the player, and they go the other way, and he turns up the field and makes a driving run,
mhm.
um, which we see him do from left back when he moves centrally, but to
Yep.
see him already in those spaces carrying the ball would have been cool to see.
Yeah. Well, we did get to see it second half though, because second half when Saka came out, Lewis didn't he push in the midfield or did he not?
Mm, who
Maybe
did we have?
actually no. Well, yeah, because didn't. Oh no, that's right. Anyways, I don't know.
I
I'm thinking
don't
something
know.
wrong. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it'd have been nice to see him in the midfield position strictly, right? But as you said, he still does that inverting, does it really well. You and I were talking during the game. We actually FaceTime during the game this time instead of texting. Which my wife's always telling us, just call each other. Why are you always texting? Anyways, um, and you were praising Scally. He kept trying to find Martinelli. He kept trying to find Martinelli
Yeah,
in behind,
he
right?
kept trying to do that, like,
Wow.
like looped, well, not looped, but like chipped, but like caress chipped, as in like he would put like a little bit of curve on it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it didn't get off and it would just
Mhm.
go straight to the center back. Sometimes it was good. I know he can make those types of passes,
Yeah.
but it was just off and on today.
At
Top
least.
performer, Asa was
Yeah.
obviously up there. He was phenomenal with
Yeah.
his similar to how your favorite player Ozil. The weight of the pass in that first pass was
Yes.
immense.
Yes.
Maduki, all he had to do was shoot it. He didn't have to take a touch, nothing. He didn't have to think. Just hit the
Yeah.
ball. Good.
Perfect. Same with Martinelli, right? Same with Martinelli. Yeah, I mean, those two passes were pretty mirror image essentially. The one on the right into Nani's feet, and the one on the left to Martinelli as well. Now, again, not to drag this guy through the mud, not to rag on him, but Daniel, let's be honest. If Martin Odegaard's in that midfield today, that ball in behind Anani, that ball in behind Martinelli, doesn't happen. It really does. If we're being completely honest with ourselves, he's probably playing that out wide to Ben White, or he's putting it out wide to Skelly. Is that fair to say?
I don't know. It's Wigan. Maybe he wouldn't have been.
Maybe, maybe, but we have seen Eze when he's played, he is a
Are you
little bit
saying it?
more.
Are you saying it would have been Norgard, Odegaard on the right, Saka on the left?
I'm not talking about formation or anything, Daniel. I'm just talking if Odegaard was playing in that role as
Well,
a
no, but I'm saying it matters because like usually it's Odegaard, and I know this doesn't even make sense because you'd think he'd play more freely with Zubimendi and uh, Declan Rice. But I'm saying if it was just a center mid or a holding midfielder of Christian Norgard and then another attacking minded midfielder and Odegaard, which this doesn't make sense. Why would he be more free? But you
yeah,
never know.
that's what I was just about to say to you. Yeah, that doesn't quite make sense because
No, I know,
he'd have
but
more help with the
maybe
Declan Rice Zubimendi. But
I
anyways,
don't know.
I personally I don't think he finds those runs of Nani and Martinelli.
He used to
He used to,
back in the day.
and he's just not anymore. So I don't know. I'm gonna praise Eze for that. Like we said, it is Wigan, but again, if that was our other teammate there, Odegaard, I don't think those passes are found. But
Hey,
yeah,
put
I
some
mean,
respect on his name. He's our captain.
I know, but he needs to perform. He needs to step up, and he's not this year. I don't know what it is, if he's still suffering from his injuries, if
He just had a kid.
if it's the kid, I don't know. I don't want to hear it's the kid. All right. I have two kids. I can go out, I can play my rec league soccer, and I can ball out. All right. And he's probably got a nanny full time. He's fine. It's not the kid. I don't know what it is with Odegaard, but he's got to figure it out. We need him for this running, especially with our midfield issues, which,
But potentially we could be having Saka centrally,
yeah,
which
that
could be
was,
fun to see.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was awesome. Give me your thoughts on Saka in central position, Daniel.
Uh, as we were discussing, and many people have thought about, um, I mean, we've thought about this. We've said it to each other in the past. Of he's great on the wing. He could beat his player, but we
Mhm.
do see potentially in the future he can maybe move into more of a central role
Yeah.
on the pitch. Just like when he gets older, has more experience, has more knowledge of space and everything, and maybe his pace slows down because he's not the fastest winger, but he's efficient with his dribbling and how he beats the players.
Mhm.
But then he could move into the central areas. So yeah, he
Yeah.
had a great game.
Yeah, I thought he played well. I mean, he wasn't making passes like Eze or anything like that, but he found a little bit more freedom in the center of the park, which,
Oh.
out on the right, let's be honest, he can be, well, he's a bit more predictable, right? The defender either knows he's going to cut in on his left, try to cross or shoot, or take him to the byline to put it on his right foot, right? It's 50-50. When you put him in the center of the park, he's got so much more space to play with, right? He can twist, he can turn, he can switch field, like he can do all sorts of things from the center of the park. He's closer to goal. He can be more of a goal threat rather than out wide, right? Um,
Mm.
so yeah, that's something I love seeing that today. It was cool. So I know you said you were bummed out Calafiore, but it kind of forced Arteta to bring Saka into the central position because originally it was going to be Skelly in there. Really quick on that. So post match press conference by Mikel Arteta basically says it's something he might use Saka central in
Oh, I
the
had
future,
that
right?
pulled up.
Yeah. So essentially, that's something that he said. That's something that's a possibility. I want to try it. And we might use it in the future. There are still so many games, competitions, and different scenarios to play in the season, and that's a possibility that we have. What Arteta likes about Saka playing in the middle, it's more central, it's closer to
Yep,
goal,
close to
it's a
the
bit
goal.
more
Yeah.
difficult for the opponent to get his reference constantly. By reference constantly, he means, right, like we just talked about, when he's on the right, it's either the byline or it's cutting on his left, right? If he's central, he can do a lot more. He can interchange positions with the wide players as well, which I didn't even say, and that's a great point. He's so good at picking up those spaces when he's there. So yeah, he can really hurt teams playing in that central position. I really do hope we see that more. And the way Nani's playing right now, he's not fantastic, but another goal, right? He looks a threat at least on the outside, and if he can stick there and give us like a 6 or 7, 10 out of performance there, and Saka can give us like an 8 or 9 performance in the midfield. I think that might help our midfield situation, right? Because we have a lot of injuries.
Or
I don't
when we
know. It's
play
just something to think
Martinelli
about.
off the right and
Oh,
Trossard off the left too. Yeah.
Martinelli has looked awesome off the right when he's swapped over there in mid game or when he's subbed on there in previous Premier League games. Yeah, so I'm with you on that, Daniel.
And with his newfound skill, he's not as predictable because before, like I remember, like last season or the season before when Saka was injured, we had him playing there. Like I think one of the games was Everton, and he just wasn't doing a whole lot. I think it
Mhm.
was Everton, maybe it was a different one, but he was playing off the right. I'm like, well, this is just not good because he's one
I
sided.
yeah, I
But
remember this.
now he's unlocked a new skill. He gained enough like experience on his my pro character basically, and he got the outside of the boot Travella. So now he can go
Great acquired.
trait acquired. He can go down the byline, cross it on his right, or he can cut it in and
Mhm.
hit on the Travella.
Yeah.
So,
And as
but
we
also
saw
his left foot
today,
isn't that bad either.
yeah, well, his left foot's never been that.
It's always been like decent,
Yeah.
like a four, like a
I,
four. I don't know, like a four
I,
star maybe.
yeah, I will say his left foot, like curling shot like Saka, it's not going to be like that. It's more just
Yeah,
hit it with power and on target, which he can do. So,
yeah.
yeah,
He
off
had
the
that
right.
goal against Leicester in
Hmm.
that 22-23 season
Yep. And then
with their
today with
fourth
left
goal.
foot as well. Um, yeah, I mean that's pretty much on that. A little bit tactical side of things.
Four
When
four two out of
Gyökeres came
possession.
on,
Yeah,
yeah. When Gyökeres came on, we got to see a little bit of 4-4-2 with Jesus and Gyökeres, which is something you've been shouting for the last few weeks. And
well,
with
since
Kai
the beginning
out,
of the season, but
yeah.
because Kai
But
got injured.
when Kai was playing there the last few weeks, he's looked good with Gyökeres. So you were crying out for Jesus to play there, and it wasn't anything spectacular today. We obviously didn't score a goal in the second half, but maybe we can see a little bit more of that. Looks like Arteta's being a little bit more flexible, going to that 4-4-2 rather than just sitting strictly with that 4-3-3, um,
Well, I mean,
three
it was
four
kind of
three in possession. So
it
yeah,
put the injury forced his hand a bit with that because
yeah. But if you,
in the second half we only had Eza and Norgard in the midfield, so then we had our
yeah,
wingers that had to come back, and then we had two up top.
yeah. But you say it forced his hand. If you remember correctly, 2020, 2021, ML Smith Rowe, right? Had to come on against Chelsea. We had no depth, we have injuries, and that man just spurred us on the rest. Was that 2021? Or was that 21,
It was 21-22.
21, 22? And God, I miss ML. But I mean, he forced his hand, and ML came on, and he was a standout player that back half of the season, him and Saka. Um, both getting their extended deals and New Jersey numbers after that season from their performances. So sometimes Arteta needs a little bit of a forced hand to make the changes that we need. Uh, so yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully, a little bit of 4-4-2, something more
Yeah.
in the future. But yeah, anyways, before we wrap up the
Lastly,
video, oh, if you
uh,
got something else.
yeah, I was gonna say shout out Taylor. He had a chance. He almost took it well. And then shout out ex-Arsenal boy who won the FA Cup with us from the bench, Matt Smith.
Mhm.
That was during the whole Ozil debacle when he wasn't playing, he wasn't being selected, and so he got to join the ride in the
Yeah,
FA Cup on some of the
yeah,
final stages, and he got a medal
yeah.
and a picture of
Also,
Saka.
you're doing shout outs to players. Shout out Tommy Setford as well. He didn't have a lot of time, but he got subbed on as goalkeeper. We purchased him last season, I believe. You said from Ajax, right?
Yeah.
Young English international, and his very first touch in the game was actually really good. He came out into his penalty box, claimed the ball down. So shout out Tommy Setford for getting that little few minutes there. But Christian Norgard after the game,
That was his first appearance.
I think it was. I think it was.
Oh,
Christian Norgard after the game, I just love his mentality. I want to bring this up. Said, I'm buzzing. I love being here. There's been no frustrations on my side. And then he said at the end, it's a privilege to be at Arsenal. That's exactly how every player should feel at Arsenal.
Christian Neuer.
And then
Christian Neuer.
here we go, Daniel. Um, I want to shout out one more thing. It's just a fun stat I saw. It's not really anything special, but it's
Oh,
cool.
this is a good one. This is a very sad stat, honestly.
No. I'm not even reading that one. I'm reading a different.
I'll
It
say that
says
one.
Arsenal are the first Premier League team in history to score four or more goals in the opening 30 minutes of an FA Cup game.
Hmm.
Random stat I saw. You can read off your random stat you saw too.
Uh, Gabriel Martinelli is the first player to score 10 plus goals in Cup/European competitions in a single season for Arsenal since Ian Wright in 94, 95, and he had 12 that season. That is insane.
Yeah.
The lack of goals that we've had up in our attacking positions, we've been dying out, like for years we were dying out for a striker, but not even just a striker, we're dying out for a
Yeah.
superstar creative attacking player that can just go and bang goals. I'm surprised that like Van Persie or
Yeah.
I don't know, like well, not a bumming. He wasn't here long enough, and
Hey, Daniel, I
but
got
like,
one more that just popped on my timeline here. It says
mm,
Madueke more non-penalty goals than Cole Palmer this season, and then it's Mourinho doing that.
oh,
Um, Yeah. Anyways, cool. I actually didn't prepare a question. Did you prepare one?
This is all the Wigan players this whole season have been doing like mask celebration.
Oh yeah, a Yakres fan.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Uh,
You got a question of the day? Nice. Hopefully. Hopefully. At least two of them, at least. And they got to be
um,
one big one. Oh, one big trophy,
who
at least.
did Arsenal sign for? Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Thought you had these prepared usually. Where's your professionalism, Daniel? Come on.
No, I saw this one recently. Who did Arsenal sign for? I don't know, like £1 million, and then sold him for 22 million. That allowed us to rebuild the training ground and also buy Thierry Henry, and we still made a profit inside the 22 million.
Signed for 1 million, sold for 22 million. I know I've seen this before because I've read that story. Signed for 1 million, sold for 22 million. I can't remember, but I have read this before somewhere.
I read the quote from Arsene Wenger. I bought blank for £500,000, then sold him to Real Madrid for 22 million. With that money, we built a new training ground for 10 million and bought Thierry Henry for 9.5 million. We
Is
still made a profit.
is he an ex-Chelsea player as well?
He did play for Chelsea at one
Yeah.
point. Yeah, he also
Yeah.
played for Liverpool, I think.
No. Oh, I do know this actually. It was an Elka.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go. There we go. All right. That was a good one. I like that one. Awesome.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, you want to wrap us up?
No.
You never want to wrap us up. All right. Anyways, it's been another Brothers in Arsenal. As always, please like, subscribe, leave your comments down below. Let us know who your star performer was today. Let us know what you thought about Saka in the central position, and let us know what you thought about Aze's role today. And let me know what you think. Aze versus Odegaard. What are you thinking? Hit that bell.
Also, I will say,
Yeah, hit the bell. Hit the hype button.
Odegaard, if you go to Man United, that is a disgrace.
Yeah, yeah. There's the rumors out about Nort
I hope that's just a
Odegaard.
rumor,
Man
stupid,
United.
about his agent and like saying it's okay to. And
Um,
then he'd probably start performing and play free flowing attacking football randomly for no
100K.
reason.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if
Anyways,
that happens, that'd be yeah, like I said, disgraceful from Odegaard. Hopefully that was just a false rumor we're hearing. But yeah, anyways, as always, it's been another Brothers in Arsenal. We'll see you guys in the next video.